I have a few questions. One of them is, I've received several complaints, and I've been in quite a bit of conversation with Mr. Hathaway regarding the amount of people living in apartments in the city of Fall River, illegal apartments, basement apartments, attic apartments. We're dealing with that right now. I have a building on my block. I think there's 12 people in a 3-bedroom apartment. So how are we going to rectify that at the end? Because I've had to call Joe Kennedy. There's been trash all over the sidewalks, Bay Street, Bradford Avenue, because we have multiple new people that have moved to the city, and they're living in these apartments, 8, 10 at a time. I got a phone call from a firefighter that couldn't get into a building, an apartment, because it was a bunk bed against the door. So ultimately, we're going to have to admit that we have those problems in this city, and how is that going to affect our trash pickup?
Well, I mean, the ordinances require that the number of containers provided per household are not by the number of occupants of the household, they're by the number of units in the household. Okay. So if a person has a 2-family house and in one apartment they have 12 people living there, I mean, that would more be a concern for code enforcement to see, are they all members of the same family, you know, when they're living there. If you're saying that multiple people are like renting out rooms in their homes.
That's what's happening.
That would be code enforcement.
I just sent Mr. Hathaway a screenshot from Facebook of a gentleman that was renting a bedroom in an apartment for just Brazilians. He had this post on Facebook. So that's what we're dealing with right now in the city, and unless we're honest about it, nothing's going to move forward. I believe trash is going to be hindered by this, because if we're telling them that we have a normal haul like we've had for the past few years, and then they're showing up to places and there's trash overflowing, you know, the more people in an apartment, the more trash we have.
And that's where our litter enforcement officers come in, because if people, again, aren't properly disposing of it, we have to cite them so that they are aware. We give them a warning, then we give them a citation. But it's very clear in the ordinance that the trash needs to be in the bin, the lids need to be closed, that they can't commingle, recycle with municipal solid waste, and that they're only allowed so many bins. Trash that's left on the side of the bins is not normally picked up. It's left behind, and the following week they need to put it in there. So if there's a household that you're aware of that is improperly disposing of their trash, if you give the address to litter enforcement, Joe Kennedy, or call Chris, or call the mayor's office, we send them out all the time, because we're always getting emails of people who either put their bins curbside too early or not properly disposing of their trash, and we have the code enforcement officers go out, the litter enforcement officers go out. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I know Mr. Kennedy has been very responsive, and I've had to call him numerous times, as well as yourself, Mr. Hathaway, already in your position. I've had to call you a few times, not for trash, but uncleanliness on city sidewalks. My concern is that's just going to grow and get worse, and eventually we're going to have to pay for this.